Pressurizing in an aircraft, how to and what to know. I want to start off with safety is very important for not just yourself, but others while you're doing this task. The following doors, hatches, and panels are pressurized areas and will need to be closed for this task. Specific areas I tape off for safety, such as the main cabin door, the galley door, and the baggage compartment. High trafficked areas that people come and go on, we don't want them to open it and get hurt. Inside, we'll make sure that we have the door fully closed, handle all the way down. We'll come back and check our overwing exits and make sure they look closed. And before you go any further, you must have someone with you. You cannot pressurize alone. Leave this window open. So here we have our manual control. We've got the down position, auto, and up. We're going to go up to start and put the auto pressure controller in manual mode. Now we're going to turn on APU bleed and the packs. And the reason I left the window open is because sometimes when you turn on packs and you're completely sealed up, you might feel the pressure. So it's purely for control and comfort. Now that we're ready, I will slowly close the window to control how fast we start to pressurize. Again, purely for comfort. The manual doesn't tell you to do this. It's just how I prefer to do it. Once your cabin rate starts to move, that means you're starting to pressurize. Also, for safety, make sure your red beacon is on to warn others that you're doing something. Go ahead and verify that your windows are closed by looking at these notches. They are fully depressed. The window is closed. The recommended rate of descent is approximately 500 feet per minute. 650 is pretty comfortable and where I try to stay at. You'll need to pay attention because this number can run away from you very fast. So when you're moving this knob, it won't start pressurizing till about when you get here. Beyond this point, you'll move slowly. Move it slowly and give it time to respond. For this task, we'll be going up to 4 psi, no more than 4.5. You can see here very quickly it'll start to go over that recommended number. All you do is move up a little bit and again give it time to respond. If you move too quickly, you're just going to be going way too far up, way too far down. Just take it easy. Once you get to a good rate of descent, you'll leave it until the feet per minute start to drop below your 500 or 650, and then you'll move the knob down more until you get to 4 psi. So just pay attention to where your number's at, adjust your controller as such, and just wait. Alright, we're about to reach 4 psi, so I'm going to turn my knob in the opposite direction slightly. I want to get the feet per minute to 0 so that I can stay at 4 psi while I'm trying to troubleshoot the main door leak. Please make sure at least one person is staying in the cockpit monitoring the screen. You don't want anything to run away from you and no one's paying attention to it. Okay, you've finished troubleshooting. Now you're ready to come back down. It's as simple as going in the other direction. I also do this very slowly. It's not what the manual says, but it's more comfortable this way. Again, go ahead and move your dial very slowly till you have 500 to 650 feet per minute. And just as you came down, you're going to go up. You're going to have to move it accordingly. At around this point in time, you'll come to a point where you're not really dropping pressure anymore, so you can go ahead and move your knob all the way up. Make sure it's not doing anything crazy, and go ahead and cut the packs. It's gonna dump the rest of the pressure. If at any point during this task there's an emergency or you just need to depressurize quickly, turn pack 1 and pack 2 off, and you will lose pressure at the cabin leak rate. Now that we're at 0 psi, we're no longer pressurized. You'll put everything back in its normal configuration. We're going to put the manual mode back in automatic mode and put the dial back in auto. Be careful with this button. It is very hot. You will burn your finger. And go ahead and turn off your red beacon.